And thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR halacha. And here's a brand new halacha, 4 units for Monday, the 27th day of April. Here we go. Now, one more halacha for you in the laws of plowing on Shabbos. None of us intend to plow on Shabbos like a farmer, but watch out for these things that may or may not be considered a form of plowing, which you shouldn't do on Shabbos. If a person walks with a cane, it is okay for the person to walk with the cane in a muddy area. As the cane pokes down at the ground, that will not be considered plowing because, as we said to you earlier with the stroller, pressing down with the wheels of a stroller or pressing down with the cane on earth just compresses the earth that's underneath the cane spot, but it doesn't actually move the earth to the sides and create a furrow in that fashion, and therefore it would be permissible to walk with a cane in mud. Similarly, in a soft ground area, it's okay to walk with high heels, and where the heels press down on the mud, you don't have to worry that it will cause any plowing to happen. Incidentally, very pointy high heels in a grassy area could be a problem of tearing out the grass and everything, but we're not going there. We're just discussing in a mud area where the high heels will press down on, and they're not so pointy, I guess, and they'll press down on the earth. That will, plowing it isn't. That's what we're clarifying today. If kids want to play in a sandbox, that's considered okay, and as far as plowing goes anyway. As far as sanitary needs, that's up to mom, but as far as plowing, it's not considered plowing because any work that they do in their sandcastles there in dry sand is going to collapse, and therefore it's not going to qualify in any way, shape, or form as plowing. If the sand is wet, then yes, it could be considered a plowing issue or leveling of the ground, and it would be similar to plowing, and therefore children should not play in wet sand on Shabbos. If they're 3 or 4 or like kind of under that age, then you pretty much, then you don't have to train them yet, and it would be okay for them to play in that wet sand. But once they start to be like 4 and up, then they're old enough to start maybe being trained in not, I know they don't know that it's plowing, but we would try not to let them do that. If a person wants to sit in a chair in a muddy area, that's okay too. As the legs of the chair press down, they're just going to compress the earth, as we already explained, and that would be fine. If when you lift the chair back up, some of the earth lifts up, that's kind of inadvertent and not intended, and you wouldn't have to worry about that. If a person has some saliva go from him into the ground on Shabbos, don't smush that down with your foot. That could be leveling out the ground. And if you smush that with your shoe, then that could be considered like leveling out the ground, and we would not allow that. Indoors, it would not be considered a problem because we don't have such decrees on the flat floors, the tile floors that we live on in our day. So you'd only have to watch out for this saliva, smushing of saliva with your shoe issue, only if you are out in in mud areas or places like that. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.